now in today's video, we'll learn about separation of mixture. So why is separation of mixture necessary? How will it help? And what will happen if the mixture is not separated? What are the harms of using an impure substance? So let's begin. What do you mean by the word separation? The process in which unwanted or harmful components of the mixture are removed to get a pure substance is called separation. Means now here see, what is a pure substance? Okay, so the process in which all the harmful components are removed, like when we filter water or we boil water. So we know that after boiling water, we filter the water. We know that what we are getting is pure drinkable water. So here we are separating the unwanted harmful particles in the water to get pure drinkable water. So separation of process of removing unwanted or harmful components of the mixture is called as separation. Now what will happen when separation happens? Separation helps remove unwanted components and obtain a pure sample of a substance. As I told you that we boil and filter water so that we get pure drinkable water. Now what is a pure substance? Let's understand what is a pure substance. A pure substance is a homogeneous substance consisting of only one kind of molecule. Okay, when I say that it is a pure substance, water is a pure substance, means it contains only molecules of H2O. When we say that pure distilled water, it contains only molecules of H2O and nothing else but H2O. So that means that substance is a pure substance. Okay, that means a pure substance has uniform property throughout its bulk. Yes, of course, because it has the same molecule throughout the bulk. So it will have the same property throughout its bulk. Correct? Then it has a fixed boiling and melting point. And it has a fixed density. Now what is density? We will understand what. Let us understand what is density. Density, the definition of density is mass per unit. Now when I say mass per unit means what? It means that we take same volumes, consider solid A and consider solid B. They both are of same volume. But as we can see over here, in solid A, the number of atoms are more than what are in solid B. Right? Solid A and solid B has same volume. But solid A has more atoms than solid B. So here we say that solid A is said to have more density than solid B. And solid A has more mass per unit volume than solid B. The per unit volume is very important. The words per unit volume. That means that every per unit, how much molecules are contained, that much is the mass of that particular solid. So, and also we can say that solid A is denser than solid B. So, what do you mean by density? Density is mass per unit. Now that we have understood what is density, let us understand what happens if an impure substance, the substance is impure means any impurities is added with the pure substance. So, if any other molecules is present, the substance is said to be impure. And what will happen? The properties, that were the three properties that we learned previously, that it has a fixed boiling and melting point, it has a fixed property throughout its bulk, and it has a fixed density. All the three properties will change. It will affect the properties of the pure substance, or it will alter the properties of the pure substance. For example, water. What will happen to water if impurities are added? What will happen is the impurities will be added. The impurities which are added to water might have a different boiling point and a melting point, might have different density, might have different other properties. So when it is added to water, what will happen is the boiling point and the melting point of water will change, and the density of water will also increase. Applications in our daily life where it benefits us to use impure substance. The best example is that when we add salt in ice while making ice cream in a churner at home. So now when we mix salt is mixed in ice, obviously now one of the impurity is mixing in a pure substance. So all these properties will change. So what will happen is, it will lower the melting point and it will also lower the freezing point. How it will help? If there is a lower freezing point, the ice cream will freeze faster. And if the melting point is also lowered, then it will last long, it will not melt fast. So this is the best example where it benefits us to use impure substance. What are the importance of using pure substance? See, pure substances are used in the preparation of medicine because the medicines have to be made with certain elements only. Adding a purity will make the medicine harmful, right? So in the preparation of medicine, all pure substances are required. Then in food items also, we need pure substances, like in oil, spices, whatever we use pure. And what happens is, sometimes, what is food adulteration? Sometimes what happens is that the shopkeepers, they try to mix superior oil with some inferior quality of oil, or they try to mix some other spices, they try to mix some other substances. Like if you say in chili powder, they try to mix brick powder, or in flour they try to mix chalk or chalk powder or something like that. So what is happening, that is known as, when in a pure substance few impurities are added, it is known as food adulteration. In milk they try to mix water, which is really harmful for everyone. So when you mix some impurities with the pure substance, it is also known as food adulteration in food items, right? The third part is drinking water. What the importance of pure substance? Drinking water, right? If we drink impure water, it will cause many diseases like typhoid, cholera, jaundice, etc. So drinking of pure water is very, very important. And then in research laboratories, why research laboratories? The scientists they have to do accurate research. So they need accurate pure substances, otherwise the researches won't be successful. Now that we have learned why pure substances are necessary, or what is the importance of pure substances, let us see what are the simple methods through which we can obtain a pure substance out of the impurities. So separation helps remove unwanted components and obtain a pure sample of a substance. So now there are few methods. There are few everyday methods and a few industrial methods used for separating components of mixtures. So which are those? They are hand picking, sieving, winnowing, washing, evaporation, distillation, filtration, sedimentation and decantation, loading, crystallization and separating funnel. So now each of this we are going to learn in detail. All the 11 methods we will learn in detail. What does each method involve? What is the principle of this method and how will it help?